2v2 matchup. This matchup is going to be Hitman and SaysO going up against Starbuck and PaTo. All right, Ethereal. I believe this is going to be. Is this Hitman? Yeah, I believe this is going to be Hitman here, and then coming across here, this is going to be SaysO going up against. I believe the Night Elf is PaTo here, and then finally Starbuck coming around this other side. So hopefully you guys can keep track of all the names. A lot to consider in a 2v2 matchup here on Lost Temple. Now, always important to know the strategies, know where your partner is, and know how the armies are going to be working together. We do see an Ancient of War off to the side here that can tank a decent amount of damage, train up an archer, and do all of those things here. Meanwhile, we're looking at a Barracks, Altar of Storms. There's a Burrow, Great Hall. Game is getting underway. Let's get to that 2-minute mark where everything really starts to unfold. Barracks getting trained up here. It looks like it is going to be a Blade Master and a Blade Master. So dual Blade Master harassment. No Farseer, interestingly enough. Archer is going to get trained up here, going up against a Demon Hunter and an Archmage. All right, so 3 agility heroes, 1 intelligence-based hero coming in from the human. Not a surprise, as Brilliance Aura improves the more heroes you have. And, well, in a 2v2 matchup, having more heroes is, well, pretty much going to be a given. All right, Ancient of War tanking a little bit of damage here. Going to go ahead and try and repair a little bit. Archer actually taking a little bit too much damage. You're going to try and retreat back. Going to go ahead and continue to fight. We see some repairs coming down as PaTo, well, has not shown any sign of what he's going for yet. No mana burn and no immolation, although immolation could have worked well right here. Ancient of Wonders being built on the ramp as we are getting in some repairs. That's a little quick cancel. Perhaps he was trying to pull aggro away, but wasn't able to do exactly that. Coming back off to the north here, Blade Master of Hitman going straight after some of these creeps here and now trying to spread some of that damage. Blade Master going to take down this Forest Troll Berserker and then perhaps head back home, sell that Scroll of Town Portal, use some healing salves, and, well, make his rounds. Meanwhile, SaysO going to be using, I believe that is a mirror image. Yeah, so a mirror image here to try and set up an expo quickly. That Great Hall is already being established here, so economically speaking, that makes a lot of sense, and it's the same exact thing as Starbuck is doing. Notice how they are both choosing to expand away from their opponents. So this expansion is in between the 2 bases here and here. Meanwhile, same thing happening on the other side of the mini-map. Archmage going to go ahead and do a quick check, make sure that there is no expo. Meanwhile, wandering around, going to drop a water elemental, perhaps put some pressure down onto that Voodoo Lounge. The Voodoo Lounge is a very vulnerable building with only 500 hit points early on, and because of that, well, it's very difficult to try and repair, but it is such a key part of the Orc army. Without the Orc Voodoo Lounge there, or the Orc infrastructure, I should say, without that Voodoo Lounge, it is very difficult to try to keep your units healed, and, well, you need to seemingly keep on training up more and more of those. Meanwhile, back off on the other side, SaysO expansion is getting scouted out. It looks as though it is going to end up getting taken down. The Demon Hunter, very strong natural attacks as we see a Staff of Teleportation inbound. Archmage comes across, going to drop a Water Elemental here and now do a little bit more fighting again. Grunt going to try and retreat back here. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter kind of gets body blocked there. Blade Master going to try and chase down. Demon Hunter down to 132 hit points. There is another mana burn, a big critical strike there as the Demon Hunter needs to retreat. Back inside the base, well, some Water Elemental, some little bit of splash damage as Tech to Tier 2 is now done. We are going to be getting up a Shadow Hunter, and there is just so much fighting going on everywhere. Demon Hunter finally gets the Scroll of Town Portal off. Blade Master had Boots of Speed, was able to close in on that distance pretty easily, as now the Tree of Life here is about to be completed. All right, so Tree of Life needing about, well, 1,200 or 100 more hit points. It looks like it can be completed there. There's a Wisp. That Wisp is just going to do a little bit of dancing back and forth as the Tree of Life, well, is fine. Demon Hunter going to go ahead and exchange. There's another mana burn once more. Meanwhile, Archmage of Starbuck quickly clearing out the other Voodoo Lounge. So Orc having difficulties and will be setting up more Voodoo Lounges across the map. Meanwhile, Blade Master Heading back off to the north side here, there is this fountain of health in the center, and this is going to be one of those key things. If you can clear out this fountain of health, well, one, you have a good opportunity to heal up your units, and secondly, your units it opens up the pathing on the map, as normally the fountain of health causes, well, fights across the map to not really be worth it. A lot of units get lost in transition because of these slow poison attacks picking off units as they try to run on by. All right, low hit point unit, Footman about to get taken down. Blade Master trying to finish things off, does get another big strike there. Water Elemental getting taken down by creeps as the Archmage of Starbucks gets taken down. So much happening there. Shadowhunter most likely hexed off to the north. Archmage was trying to do a little run and dance, ends up getting cleared out as the dual orc team comes out ahead in that fight. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter could be in a little bit of poor shape as well. What is that Demon Hunter going to do? Are we going to see another hex? We do. Blade Master needs to get in front. One more attack. Oh, the evasion. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. A Windwalk strike, faster movement speed, and able to chase it down. Now, Demon Hunter and Archmage of the Starbuck PaTo team both taken out. That's going to open things up for the dual orc team to try and clear out this fountain of health creep camp, pick up some good items, and also regenerate these these grunts. All of that work by Starbuck to try and clear out all of the voodoo lounges, only to end up having the fountain of health in the center be cleared out by Orc, means that Orc is still doing a great job being able to clear out of these creep camps now. All right, Blade Master gets taken down. Dual level up for the Blade Master, and the Shadow Hunter going to stay back here a little bit more. Economically speaking, full saturation on a gold mine, full saturation on a gold mine with plenty of towers getting placed down. Meanwhile, Hitman and SaysO is behind economically, as they're only running on 2 bases compared to 4. All right, so suddenly things shift a little bit once you realize, well, economically speaking, how far behind the Orc team is. Staff of Teleportation inbound, and gets stuck between the trees. Demon Hunter of PaTo tries to teleport in, ends up getting stuck in between the tree. That Ancient Protector needs to uproot and then come back down. We can see that there's one low hit point Footman who is trying to just dive on in here. Meanwhile, a quick hex onto a Firelord. Firelord already down to 115 hit points, gets the Ankh of Reincarnation transferred over, and Ancient Protectors are there. Firelord could drop some more lava spawns to try and clear up some of these units, as that Firelord, well, should have a giant target on its back, but perhaps they realize that is not what they need. Blade Master also gets an Ankh of Reincarnation, and he's going to go ahead and use it. Lava Spawn is about to split. No, does not split, gets taken down first. Scroll of Town Portal outbound for Hitman. And, well, with that said, I believe SaysO is also going to be outbound as well. But without a Scroll of Town Portal, well, he's going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is always a little bit more scary. Archmage. Are we going to see a heal or anything like that? There goes an entangle onto one Headhunter. Demon Hunter does not have Boots of Speed, but simply can outrun and chase down this grunt here, down to 97 hit points. Back off to the north, Raider hit and run tactics could be a possibility coming in from Hitman. We can see there's a decent number of Raiders. Blade Master wants to perhaps buy a new Scroll of Town Portal. You never want to leave home without it. A safe, easy way to retreat back home is always a good idea. Just so it opens up, even if you don't use it, it opens up how committed you can get into a fight. SaysO being forced to walk back out of that fight when Hitman was able to teleport out, well, opened up some odd vulnerabilities. Now, Hitman going to try to dive on in here. You can see that there is some arcane towers and some guard towers here. That is going to be difficult to finish off. No masonry upgrade, but with this many peasants repairing, do you really need it? You're taking a look, though. The Raiders trying to finish things off here. You're seeing a lot of damage being done to this town hall. One low hit point Raider being forced to back up, as we can see a little bit of focus fire going down again. Oh, quickly trying to finish off our Raider there. That Raider, wow, down to 2 hit points, able to escape, and still a lot of gold being used here to just try and repair. There goes one grunt, and this is not going to work at all. More healing salves coming across again. Meanwhile, front door, you see a quick illusion quickly getting abolished there. We are running up on 4 bases, and 4 bases now by everyone. SaysO looking to clear out some more creep camps. So while there's hit and run tactics off on the other side here, that is a lot of peasants repairing. So, well, it feels like Starbuck just really wants to hold on to that expo. No masonry upgrade, though, still oddly enough, after all this time. Coming back down, a farm getting placed in position at the front door. We see artificial nightfall being called in here. Blade Master trying to dive in, and once more, all of the peasants are trying to get into position again. Are we going to see enough surface area? That is the question. There you go. There is a healing wave. Raider now being forced to retreat back. If at first you don't succeed with brute force, consider you're not using enough brute force. Apparently, that's the strategy that Hitman's using here, trying to knock down this town hall. Raider coming out every single time, and look at all of those peasants just working so hard, able to keep this town hall up and operational. All right, so many peasants just mining back and forth here. Meanwhile, back off to the north, we do see the improved masonry upgrades. Clearing out in the center portion of the creep camp is going to be a possibility. And as we remember, Hitman and SaysO really just seem to have map control right now. They're able to take the neutral camps on the map, or the neutral buildings on the map, such as these fountains of health, and regenerate some hit points. That is a very, very big deal, being able to regenerate those hit points at the cost of nothing except time. Meanwhile, Paladin now going to be the third and final hero coming in from the human player Starbuck. Paladin right there, a couple of priests back there as well, and still we are seeing SaysO and Hitman clearing out these red creep camps in the corner, and perhaps going to get even higher levels. Tauren Chieftain, Ogre Lord about to get taken down here. The Blade Master going to stay at most likely level 3 just because of the sheer number of heroes out here on the map here. Helm of Valor, Strength, and Agility. That should really be given to the Blade Master. More hit points, more armor, more damage. Just what the Doctor ordered. Meanwhile, Hitman coming across here trying to go straight after some other units. That's a Staff of Sanctuary on the Keeper of the Grove, but the Keeper of the Grove cannot save himself like that. Potion of Invulnerability used there. Demon Hunter with Claws of Attack plus 12, trying to chase down some units as the low hit point Raider here about to get taken down. Griffin's trying to make their way over. Slow Poison, trying to deny, unable to do so. Coming back around. Bestiary units, we see a couple of Wind Riders. It looks like there's formation walking for those units. Meanwhile, in the corner of the map, SaysO purposely aggroes the Granite Golem, then gonna walk away and try and divide and conquer this group of units here. Blade Master does have an Orb of Lightning, so the Orb of Lightning, Blade Master can burst down these red drakes pretty quickly. You can see the damage pushing on through. There's a single level up. The mirror images also level up as well if when the primary Blade Master levels up. So it just looks like it is a big level up there. All right. Are we going to see, those are just mirror images again. Tauren Chieftain is going to try and gain all of that experience. Remember, the Blade Master mirror images do deal a little bit of damage, but right now, more importantly, absorbing a lot of that damage as the Shadow Hunter gets to 3. And the Tauren Chieftain, has a Scepter of Mastery, being able to charm a single unit and make it turn sides. Perhaps grab a Griffin or grab some other 4 supply, 5 supply unit if it is out on the battlefield. Druid of the Claw to perhaps get Roar. That would be a huge damage bonus. And just keeping a Druid of the Claw could be a very big deal. All right. Are the units perhaps going to try and retreat back here? Orange Army finally moving out. They have a strong army composition, but they generally have lower level heroes. But with inner fire and perhaps a strong army composition, it could be enough. Are we going to be looking at no orb of lightning purging onto that Griffin Rider? There's a knight. Is that knight just going to get stopped here? No slow poison, nothing. Are we going to get a purge? No, we do not. The knight is able to run on by. A scroll of town portal. What is he doing? He's trying to get in position and perhaps try and trap there on the other side. Here we are. Here we go. Stomp Blizzard straight up onto the Orc army. I do not believe he was suspecting that at all, as the Archmage at level 3 is able to get in some blizzards. However, we're looking at the tactical retreat now. Are we going to see some units trying to get away? We do. The Tauren Chieftain, what did it grab? I can't quite tell. Did it grab a... Well, the Tauren Chieftain has rejuvenation on himself. There are no spellbreakers, so he's got to have a Druid of the Claw, but I don't see the Druid of the Claw unless it would... Nope, there it is. There's a Druid of the Claw, and now being able to give Roar to the Orc army for even more damage bonus. In comes the Raiders now. They have Bloodlust, they have Endurance Aura, they have Roar. They don't have Kodo Beast, so imagine adding in a Kodo Beast as well here, as this Druid of the Claw needs to retreat back. That Druid of the Claw is a very, very important target, and you can see how quickly the human Night Elf army quickly wants to try and keep that unit alive. Or take it down. Scroll of Healing there. Druid of the Claw now trying to retreat back. Is he going to get taken out? I believe so. Down to 96 hit points. Is he going to teleport away? Blade Master looks like he is going to be able to head back home. Getting mana back onto that Druid of the Claw going to be a little bit more difficult. Still surprised we don't see any Kodo Beast. One Kodo Beast would act as a 10 or 20% damage bonus for the entire Orc army. Add that with Aurora, that's a 25% bonus, and suddenly, well, everyone is just hitting harder and hitting faster. Corner of the maps, we see an expo being set up by SaysO here. Meanwhile, Night Elf already nearly fully saturated on this gold mine on the bottom left. Peons now making their way across, as we're looking at about 5 minutes left of mining, 4 to 5 minutes left of mining in the main bases. All right, Raiders ready to dive on in. Blade Master is back there as well. Wind Riders, are they going to go after any of those targets? Guard Towers quickly focus onto the Wind Riders. And those, well, as I've said in the past, are just giant pincushions. Level 1 Masonry upgrades are done here on this castle, as, well, difficult to try and take out, especially with all these Guard Towers. Starbuck just has so many Guard Towers that it is that it's nearly impossible to take down any of the main buildings, as we see a Scroll of Town Portal to get away. Staff of Sanctuary saves a mortar team there. More units getting lobbed back. With Troll, Witch Doctor. Oh, Witch Doctors with Mastery upgrade could be placing down healing wards or stasis traps. More, well, rejuvenation perhaps at that Fountain of Health is in order. Dual Sentry wards keeping track of positions here. Just trying to see where exactly movement is happening around the map. All right, SaysO and Hitman has been controlling much of the map game. Come on, take that as a gift-wrapped mortar team right there. No reason that you didn't finish it off. Trying to chase down units. You need to, well, go after the Archmage. Archmage has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability and also has a Scroll of Town Portal now. No real reason to go after any of those units, and that was missed opportunities to take down units again. Meanwhile, Fairy Dragons are poking back across. A Bloodlusted Druid of the Claw getting entangled and finally getting cleaned up. That Scepter took that unit a little bit. All right, coming back around. All right, if you can't burst down Starbucks, might as well go after his partners. PaTo's Tree of Life nearly at half-life, but able to stay alive there. Once more, the improved armor from Nature's Blessing, perhaps keeping that Tree of Life alive and well. Archmage still only sitting at level 3 after all this time, so only level 1 Brilliance Aura. You can see that the human army overall has weaker heroes, but the unit composition seems extremely strong. We can see Knights in the front line there. There's a stasis trap. Oh, we're going to see a stun here, but no way to capitalize on the stun. SaysO and Hitman backed away. The human army walked straight into a stasis trap and was not punished for it. All right, it's a trap, and somehow no damage was dealt. All right, big problems here. SaysO's unarmored units are going to get absolutely splattered, and PaTo and Starbuck is saying, you want to rush down the main building? This is how you do it. You come in with large, powerful units, as we're looking at a healing ward placed in the back here. All right, Raiders coming in to dive. Fortress going to get taken down. It is now down. Both sides fighting. Tactical retreat. Units are going to be teleporting away, and there they go. A couple of Druids of the Claw, though, didn't get the memo that they needed to get out of there, and 8 supply of Druids of the Claw getting taken out. All right. Kodo Beasts do not have the upgraded War Drums. It's only a 10% bonus increase right now. Lava Spawn going to get cleaned up there, as we're looking at perhaps, are we going to scout out PaTo's expansion on the bottom left? We can see towers are being placed down here, but remember, the watchtowers actually outrange just a little bit, as SaysO is now upgrading his Great Hall into a stronghold off in the corner. All right, more damage happening along this narrow choke point here. Units trying to retreat back. There goes one Druid of the Claw. Bloodlusted units diving in. Taurens now making their way through. Pulverized, big deal, as the Fairy Dragons are going to try to Mana Flare. We see some detonations. There's some Blizzard, some big damage across the board. No easy way to stun that Archmage, as the Archmage is too far in the back. The Tauren Chieftain's Stomp not working there. Meanwhile, more stasis traps, more healing wards are placed down here. There is some Dispel magic as the Shadow Hunter now gets up to level 4. Stasis trap, if the units try to push back in the other way, that could potentially be a problem. Meanwhile, the Blade Master low on hit points, gets a healing wave. Shadow Hunter gets up to level 4 there. Both sides still fighting their way through. Dual Shadow Hunters with dual healing waves trying to keep the units alive, but mana is now perhaps a bit of an issue. Both sides still fighting. We're still seeing a little bit of pushing down. Firelord finally gets to level 3. Blade Master gets up to level 5, and Hitman's Blade Master very close to level 5 as well. All right, more damage coming across here, and we're finally seeing the higher level heroes of SaysO and Hitman and really being able to punish their opponents as they look to fight together. However, SaysO's army of headhunters all very, very low. Blade Master of Hitman could be in trouble, down to dead. Blade Master's hero ends up falling. He tries to dive a little bit too far. There's a Staff of Sanctuary saving Blade Master, now being forced to retreat back out. And, well, what is happening here? One Wind Rider about to get finished off here. A couple of Fairy Dragons are really just going to focus down the unit. Yeah, there goes one, picking off units left and right. There goes a Staff of Sanctuary trying to save another, as the units are now retreating back off to the north. All right, rebuilding this Great Hall to get the last 1,850 gold. Wind Riders choose to go onto the high ground temporarily, and we'll see what is unfolding here. Meanwhile, Shadow Hunter and Raiders healing up at the center. Fountain of Health. Units going to try and perhaps regroup there. Moving units through the center could be a very big deal. This Expo was taken down earlier, and now we see Siege engines rolling on in. All right, so Siege engines rolling in here to take down this watchtower and perhaps also take down this stronghold. Repairs are not going to be enough, and these Siege engines are just absolutely punishing. Starbuck and PaTo pushing back the other way. Expos on every which corner of the map getting cleared out. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 4 and picks up a Tome of Intelligence for a little bit more mana. And this Tree of Life will end up falling. More long-distance mining for Hitman here. Hitman's stronghold still up. And I believe SaysO's, yeah, this is going to get taken down. This Expo is still mining, but it is not long for life either. All right, inbound Scroll of Town Portal. Demon Hunter trying to defend his Expo. And, well, Druids of the Claw trying to chase after some units. A lot of casters across all of the boards here as we're looking at units getting tactically retreated back out. All right, there goes the Blade Master leaving. Tree of Life still ends up surviving as a bunch of low hit point Druids of the Claw going to get rejuvenated back once more. The economic game making a very big difference here. It looks as though, yes, Scroll of Town Portal needed to come back in order to deal with those siege engines. We're still looking at some fighting getting underway here. Flying machines scouting out all of these sentry wards. You want to make sure that those sentry wards, or more importantly, those stasis traps, are not found. Couple more peasants going to get taken out here. Shadowhunter will get to level 5 off of all of these peasants. That's level 3 healing wave now, most likely, which means that the Blade Masters are going to be that much more difficult to finish off. Only one more creep camp, or big creep camp, left in the corner. Well, I guess 2 creep camps, big creep camps left in the corner here to perhaps get a little bit more experience. And I'm surprised that PaTo and Starbuck are not going after these smaller creep camps in the corner to gain a little bit more of an experience lead, or experience catch-up, I should say, as the Tauren Chieftain, Berserkers, and Casters now making their way to the bottom left. This Tree of Life, not long for this world. Looks like it will get taken out very quickly. And once it is down, PaTo will be sitting on, well, 1 base mining. Wisps looking to saturate this gold mine here. Meanwhile, Raiders showing up at the door, ready to knock down on this Ancient of Wonders as well. The Night Elf human army trying to make its way over, but we've seen the high mobility and speed of the Orc army and how quickly they can get in and out of situations. All right, last couple of Wisps going to get finished off by some mirror images as we're looking at the flying machines, perhaps going to try and engage against those Wind Riders. We needed to see more ensnares to bring down those units again. All right, coming through. Great Hall being re-established, being built up here. Hitman doing long-distance mining. That is that walk of shame from your neighbor's gold mine, so to speak. And, well, healing ward down. Berserker not close enough. Blade Master picking up a clarity potion and using that as well. Raiders healing up at the center fountain of health. Perhaps going to try and clear out some of these creep camps easily. Is it going to give any experience? Oh, this Shadowhunter could gain level 5 as well. This could be a very big deal. If the Shadowhunter gets to level 5, that means another level 3 healing wave is going to be available. And no, he is going to be 6 experience shy from that next level. Meanwhile, flying machines, bears, siege engines, mortar teams rolling on in. Are we going to see some engagements? Blade Master, are they going to get a purge down onto any of the units? No, doesn't get that. Doesn't get the lucky break there, as this Great Hall is nearly done, and, well, we should see full saturation again. Meanwhile, we see the siege engines with the actual anti-air attack and able to attack 3 units in the air at once. They do attack fairly slowly, but that's not the... Well, the point is that these siege engines are actually useful in this fight. Scroll of Town Portal heading back. Now here we go to engage. Fairy Dragons are there. There's a Stomp trying to, well, break free here. Meanwhile, Entangle onto the Tauren Chieftain. Only a level 2 Stomp, not the level 3 variety. Both sides fighting their way through. The, well, Wind Riders are trying to figure out a way to deal with all of this anti-air. The siege engines are just absolutely destroying these Wind Riders fairly easily, as we're still looking at more battling happening underway. Taurens with that Pulverize. Archmage falls at level 4. Both sides are fighting their way through, and this is an absolutely chaotic battle here. All right, just so much happening, and Starbuck and PaTo end up giving the GG. Hitman and SaysO just had so much map control. We're able to run around the map so much. And Starbuck and PaTo did a great job. They tried to build the perfect unit composition to move out and be able to push down with stronger units. And it nearly worked. However, as we started to see more level 5 heroes coming out from Hitman and SaysO, stronger healing waves, bigger critical strikes, all of those seem to work out well. The last minute addition of siege engines with that anti-air attack really cleaned out the skies of all of those wind riders as well. Let me know what you guys thought about this game and your favorite part of this match. Thanks for watching. And here are the final scores.